working, but it's actually working. Because even yesterday, someone complained about it, and I restarted it, only to realize that it was actually working. Avengers losing Harsh there.
So who's the next batsman for us?
The next batsman in...
Told you, you can never discount ECCC. So
yes,
one
of
more
course.
wicket falls,
Yeah,
and Avengers are going to be in trouble.
It's a funny game, man. It's a funny game, and anything can happen. We saw yesterday what happened. Yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah, hard loss there for Harsh. He was batting really well, looked really solid, and getting caught leg before wicket in that situation.
Is it audible? Thanks.
The new batsman in for
Aman Pawar. He's a solid batsman. I saw him in the nets.
Yeah.
I saw him in the nets. I saw him in playing Division 1, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played Division 1 as well.
I've seen him on bat a few times, and what I've felt is in the nets he looked really solid, but sometimes he's flattered to deceive at the games. I think, again, a batsman who's capable of so much more, and I think this is going to be an amazing opportunity for him to show what he's made out of.
Exactly. This is a big opportunity and big stage.
Yeah.
So you have to win there and go to the finals.
And a lot of times in life, that's 80% of the battle at the stage. You know, you're batting, you're trying to get opportunities. The opportunities are hard to get. So, you know, having this opportunity for Aman, he looks really good. Just facing that first ball, he looked really solid. Again, chasing 117. I think there's a good opportunity in this game to make things happen.
Exactly. He's chasing 117, 35 for 2 and 4.3. He has a good opportunity to score runs and win for the Avengers and go to the finals and win again over there. So that's how you can create your character.
Yeah.
That's how you can build your career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these stages are the best to create your or build your career.
Yeah.
And this responsibility, especially this semi-final, these small totals, they're never easy. They're never easy to chase down because it's all about getting pressure and how you take the pressure and get it out of that. It's all about the mental game.
Yeah, and looking at the Avengers batting lineup overall, they just don't seem overawed by the occasion. I mean, even Div 2 playing those games, they just seem, normal. You know, they didn't seem under any pressure when they were bowling. They didn't seem under any pressure batting, and they just seem like they're built for these finals.
Yeah, yes. And one thing I want to mention is the management of Avengers, how they distribute players.
Yes.
You never say this is Division 3 to 1, they're not, up to the mark, or Division 1 is more up to the mark. They balance the sides. You can see our Division 3. Are they look like that?
They really don't. I mean,
they don't.
Just looking at that shot
Look
from
at them,
Rohit
how they're
just
anticipating.
now. Yeah.
Look at how they're reacting to the pressure. Look at how they're reacting to the all balls. So, that is the main thing as a management point of view. That is the best. I really respect that one.
They look like a smooth, confident batting lineup. And even the last shot that Rohit played off his legs, it's a good-looking shot, which is, always enjoyable to watch that level of talent in Division 3. And I think, again, a lot of these guys, Rohit, Harsh, the player that was dismissed, any of these guys could easily get into a Div 2 team, or, with a little bit of grooming, even some of the Div 1 teams. I think they really have some good skill. All right, buddy, you got it. Yeah, I'll fix that. We had to redo the stream, so I think that's what we missed it. Okay. All right, buddy. You got it.
That's nice.
All right, buddy. Okay. All right, cool. Are you going to be around later? That's a six!
That's a six!
Beautiful hit from Aman. Again, the Avengers this year just seem like they're where they're supposed to be. And they all, they seem ready. They're ready to go on these semis, finals. They don't seem like they're overawed by the moment, which is just amazing to see.
They're outclassing every single division. They're outclassing every single club. They have no clue, and they have no idea what Avengers are doing. At the moment, I would say like 6 over gone, 44 for 2. Amazing. We have we got 73 required in 84.
Yeah, 73 of 84. And again, coming in, that was Aman's second scoring shot. He got a single
And a 6.
And the second ball being a big, beautiful
extra
cover drive.
Actually, that was beautiful.
And that just looks, just seeing the level of confidence that these players are showing.
They're building a lot of confidence. And I'm coming back to your thing that the grooming of a player.
Yeah.
For example, we can take Rohit and Raman. They're batting right now. They can groom themselves. They can build more confidence. And this is the last game here. And after that, they have finals. They won that. And after that, they have 8 months to prepare themselves to grow. You know what I mean? If they're in Division 3 now, they can come to Division 2 and Division 1 and show their talent. They have really, really good time. They can spend time in nets. They need a really, really, really good improvement, and they have talent.
Absolutely. I really think, a lot of these players with, a little bit of support, a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of direction, and, obviously lots of practice and training, can be Division 1 players in a few years' time, if not next year. And that's amazing to see. That's always when you see batsmen that look classical, that have a good mindset, that look like solid batsmen in Div 3. That is really rewarding for leadership in the cricket club, and that just shows that the future for cricket in Nova Scotia and the future for the cricket clubs is very bright. Obviously we need to grow. We need to add another field because of the amount of interest we've had for cricket here in Nova Scotia. But, when we do grow, I think a lot of these players will someday be leaders of new teams and new clubs. So it's really exciting to see the level of cricket that we're able to in Div 3. I don't really see a significant difference between the level 3 clubs today and the level 2 clubs, or the level 2 sides from a couple of years ago. So yeah, it's exciting. And especially the Avengers. Again, somehow the Avengers looks like they've attracted an exceptional pool of talent in Div 2, Div 1, and Div 3. So it's amazing to see that.
Yeah. And maybe I have a question. So what do you think about ECC? What are they thinking right now? Because Avengers have 8 wickets in their pocket and they only have to score 69 in 13 overs. So what should be their strategy to take him down?
Well, obviously in this situation, they're under a fair bit of pressure. I think really all they're looking to focus on is keep things tight and hope that the batting side makes mistakes. I think that would really be their best strategy. Obviously some bowling changes. Prakash is bowling now. I think that was a switch from Joseph earlier. But really, you want to try to dry up the runs, keep things tight, hope you can get a couple of wickets, and then the game all of a sudden changes. Because, if you can snag a few wickets, 2-3 wickets, sometimes the pressure's back on. And again, the Avengers do bat deep. They have lots of batsmen, lots of players that can pull this one out of the hat, proverbially. I think the biggest challenge for East Coast with this game is they're not able to dry up the run. The batsmen seem to be able to kick the scoreboard over. They're all really good runners, I've noticed. Like, they all get singles fairly quickly. And then you have some hits along the way. So if they're able to dry up the runs and maybe get a couple of wickets, I think that's the best way for them to maybe get back in this game. But at this time, I think they're looking down the barrel of the Avengers' guns at this point.
Yes, as you mentioned, like they have to pressure them. They have to close the field, and how the field over here is like only 5 players inside the 30-yard circle. But I will say they have to take one extra player inside the circle to get things tight.
Yeah.
Because if they get like easy singles, they can't control that.
Yeah.
And they have 8 wickets in pocket, so that'll be easy for Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw them how Rohit is this.
Oh, it's a beautiful shot.
I mean, how he is
It just looks like
reacting.
butter.
I mean,
So smooth,
smooth, soft hands, just getting the singles, giving Aman strikes. He can hit the ball, and he has the potential. Aman has the potential to hit the ball at any part of the ground.
Yeah, and again, there's so much that East Coast would want to do, but given the intelligence that we're seeing when it comes to batting from Rohit and Aman, I mean, I don't know if there's that much you can do. Again, be hopeful, get a wicket, and hopefully things come back your way. I mean, it's happened before, obviously, and we've been able to see that recently, where teams have turned things around and have mounted an amazing comeback yesterday, for example. And in the past,
we witnessed a second final yesterday. I mean, how ECC reacts to the pressure. I mean, how they create the pressure and get the final. I mean, second final.
Yeah.
And that's how they need to do. They, so here's comes the spinner.
Yeah.
That's a good move. And they have to have one extra player in the 30-yard circle.
Yeah, just to kind of, dry things up, not get them singles.
Let them take chances.
Yeah, and again, I'm really impressed with the skill level and the intelligence of these batsmen. They're not buckling under the pressure. It's a semi-final game, but they're showing a lot of intelligence. They're being, they obviously have the skill sets, and they're able to apply themselves really well.
Let's go, boys!
And they're just taking the score over. That looked like a wide, but it's not being signaled at this point. It's just signaled as buys.
Yeah. It's not a buy, it's buys.
Yeah.
That's all with the wicket, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
Yeah. So again, just the ability that they have the.
Oh,
that's 5 runs.
Avengers got 5 runs.
Yeah, Avengers get 5 runs.
That's a bias. 5-run penalty.
So the ball hit the hat of the keeper. The keeper missed the ball. Ball hits hat, and there's a 5-run penalty, which essentially gets added to the 2 runs that they ran.
Yes.
So
it will be added. So it will be 7 runs.
So they got 7 runs
Should
of the
be.
first ball.
प्रत्येक 22 ने उसने पेनल्टी बोला 5 22 पहले दिया पेनल्टी बोला 5 डबल चेक
Okay. एक मिनट रुका स्कोर रुका.
Guys, stop.
Is it?
It sounded there like part of the umpire had given it as a 5-run penalty, but just to clarify,
it wasn't hit the cap. It was close to the cap, but wasn't hit at that.
I think it was confirmed by Parth with the leg umpire, and they clarified that it didn't really hit the cap, and then it wasn't given as a 5-run penalty, but it looked like he gave it as a 5-run penalty to both of us.
That was okay. Oh, that was a good shot on a mid wicket.
Yeah, again, Rohit is just chipping the infield intentionally. He's not trying to hit the ball, just trying to clear the field, get those singles.
Rohit is building his innings, and Rohit is getting his team to close to the total as much as possible, and that's the key. That's the key how you react.
Yes, I mean... Oh my goodness, that's a big misunderstanding there. Again, it was definitely a single. The call was technically Rohit's because the ball was behind Aman there.
It must be a single.
Yeah.
Because there was Rohit Danger's end, and he was almost made that.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I think Rohit ran 2 runs there for a second because he was so far,
he
so
crossed
close
one
to
side and went to the other side.
Yeah, he was so close to the batsman there, and then he ran back. So, again, you don't necessarily need to follow calls all the time, but when you're trying to get quick singles, calls become really important. So I think really they need to be clear on what it is that they're doing. And you can't be getting yourself run out because of improper calling. Again, the Avengers look good. They've got 58 runs, 2 wickets down, 9 overs, chasing a total of 117. It's a nice little hoik towards the sweeper from Rohit. Came off the bottom of his bat. That's a big hit from Aman. Came off the bottom of the bat.
And snowman's landing.
Yeah, just falling right in the infield. Like you said, maybe one extra fielder in there would have made that difference.
Would have made the difference. They must need 5 to 6 players inside the 30-yard circle to get the pressure. Miss hits, they can make in chances. That's how they can put more pressure. I mentioned earlier, we still have 8 wickets in the park. Oh, he got Rohit.
Rohit getting himself bowled. He missed that one completely.
Yeah, he missed that one completely, and that was a great ball actually.
Yeah.
That was nice delivery, nice loopy delivery, and he missed it completely.
I think he missed just the pace of it. Yeah. I think what the Avengers are trying to do is they're just trying to, play intelligently, get the score. East Coast might simply be saying, let's just do what we're supposed to.
Yeah.
And let's let the batsmen make their mistakes.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, Rohit's making that mistake now and, getting himself out. Again, he looked really good there batting, but then all of a sudden, missing that ball. I think he misjudged the pace of it because he went into a shot too early. And
actually, that one that came with the angle. He was left hand. He's a tall baller.
Yeah.
And he misjudged that. Yeah, he missed the pace of the ball. He missed the angle of the ball, actually.
Yeah.
That was a nice ball.
Yeah, it was a good ball. It almost looked to me like he'd played his shot and then the ball hit the stump. So it almost looked like, coming from playing medium pacers to the spinner, he just wasn't prepared.
Yeah, that's how game changes. That's how cricket changes when you make adjustments. When spinner comes on from the other end and pacer on the other, that's how you can make pressure. That's how they got the wicket of Rohit, he was playing 24 balls, 24 deliveries and getting him out. So that's how cricket reacts.
Absolutely. And Himanshu coming into bat, again, a beautiful technical batsman. Having seen him in the nets, he definitely has some skills. Again, another batsman that looks really good but athletic to deceive. He had a really good innings. He made a 40 in a Division 2 game. I think he made that in 20 balls or something. So again, someone that has a lot of skill.
He's run out.
He got cramps.
He got cramps. रात बहुत हो
ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ
गई 3:30 सोए
गला खराब है
एक दो चीज बोल
रुक जाओ देखते हैं
वी हैव रिजवान ज्वाइन कर रहा है अपने को रिजवान तुम्हें क्या लगता है परफॉर्मेंस कैसा है
अभी तक सो फार परफॉर्मेंस एवेंजर्स अच्छा जा रहा है 2 रन आउट हो गए
they lost 4 wickets
ये रनिंग में एकदम ज़्यादा जोश आ गया इनको बैटिंग से इनको ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे ज़्यादा इंस्पायर्ड हो ज़्यादा एंथुसियाज्म दिखा रहे रनिंग में
कॉल बेहतर से कॉल नहीं मिला सके है ना कॉल अगर सही हो तो रन आउट ना हो उनको भी
कभी कभी बैट्समैन कॉल करता है फिर भी रनर सुनता नहीं है भागता है फिर वापस चला जाता है
मुझे समझ आ रही है
पता लग रहा है कहाँ बोल रहे हैं
मैं समझ रहा हूँ ए बी के तुम कल वाली बात पे कर रहे हो लेकिन जो गेंद
भाई को नहीं छोड़ूंगा और किसको
अगर
छोड़ूंगा?
बॉल सीधी हाथ में है तो ज़रूरी नहीं है उसके लिए फिर आपको प्रॉपर भागा जाए पहले रन आउट हुआ वो भी इसलिए हुआ कि बॉल सीधी हाथ में थी और उन्होंने कॉल नहीं की
हाँ ज़्यादा एंथुसियाज्म रनिंग ये बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ होता है लेकिन गेम के सिचुएशन कंसिडर करके ये चीज़ों पे ध्यान देना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है और ये सिचुएशन में रनिंग के वजह से ये सिचुएशन क्रिएट करना इज़ नॉट अ वेरी गुड सिचुएशन ऑब्वियसली अगेन द एवेंजर्स मस्ट बी किकिंग themselves क्योंकि 2 विकेट बस कितने एक ओवर में 6 बॉल के अंदर 58 फॉर 2 से 61 फॉर 4 अभी सडनली प्रेशर आ जाता है
अब थोड़ा बहुत तो आता है बिल्कुल ठीक का मैं इधर दूर खड़ा होना बस
क्या लगता है तुम्हें हाँ तो 58 फॉर 2 से 61 फॉर 4 अपने आप पे इतना प्रेशर सडनली डालना क्या लगता है तुम्हें
नहीं अच्छे लड़के हैं यंग हैं बहुत एनर्जी है मेरा ख्याल है ये प्रेशर बहुत अच्छी हैंडल कर लेंगे
अच्छा हैंडल तो कर रहे हैं एकदम कॉन्फिडेंस लग रहा है काफ़ी उनको देख के राजू आपको क्या लगता है व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट द चेंज 58 फॉर 2 से 61 फॉर 4
I'd say this game is changing now. This game is changing now. You will see in the next couple of overs. It will change. I mean, the entire bowling lineup, the entire how they creating the pressure. This team is now different. The CCC, they're now reacting differently. I like that. I mean, I like that kind of cricket.
Yeah, exciting.
I like the competition.
Yes.
I like the competition. They're in the game. This game is on.
We need this.
This game
Yes.
is on.
Yeah, and you know. For a little while there, it looked like the Avengers were going to run away with it.
Yeah.
And then for ECC to pull it back again, not the first time, the second time, is just really impressive. And I think they deserve a lot of credit for that. And it's amazing to see that. I think the fact that again East
Umpires
Coast,
are discussing
no ball.
something.
however they were doing
no
it,
ball
Discussing something about the bowling action, I guess. So they have to discuss there's something happening there. They have a problem with the bowling action. Yeah, that's warning to bowler.
the umpire gave the bowler a warning. What was the warning for?
That was a chuck.
Oh, it was a
And
chuck.
bowling action.
Okay.
Because the batsman has a problem with his bowling action, and that was not to the ICC rules.
The standards?
Yeah, the standards.
I find chucking really difficult to give on a game-to-game basis, especially because even at an international level, the only times that people get called for chucking is if they literally throw the ball.
Chucking, I would say, chucking is It's not that difficult to find out, like if it's checking or not, and it's not that easy. Actually, ICC standards are saying that like you have to throw over to your shoulders with the flow. If you are not with the flow, it means a jacket because that can be a throw. It couldn't be a throw. It should be a ball over to the shoulders, and that's it.
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful batting there from Aman. He stepped forward, put a little bit of pressure on the baller. The baller hit the ball on the deck, trying to beat him for pace, and the ball turned out to be a wide down the leg side. Again, intelligent batting there from Aman. So going back to the chucking debate, I think it can be really tough in a game to call chucking because obviously we don't have the technology, and that's one of the big reasons why in international cricket, whether it was Muralidharan or other players, they got called for chucking after the games. The one time that an umpire tried to call Murali for chucking during the game created a lot of issues.
I saw that when Ranatunga was captain.
Yeah.
And he called off the game. He said, like, we're not playing. And at that point, he was right because they checked the action, they checked with the standards, and they get Muralidharan into nets for ICC nets.
Yeah.
And they saw that there wasn't any check.
There wasn't any chucking. And that's where it becomes tough. A lot of bowlers historically, even here at the Halifax Cricket League, have had a reputation for appearing to chuck. And it can be challenging to manage that because, again, where are you going to be able to measure the arm length? There's a whole bunch of tests associated with chucking. And even if someone appears to be chucking, it can be really tough because some actions by nature are abrupt. They start and stop.
Oh, there's a
And that
wicket.
can cause a lot of...
They
was that a ball?
Yeah,
Oh
bowling.
my goodness,
That's
what
a big
ball.
blow.
That's a big blow. Aman was looking solid.
Yeah, he was looking solid, and he was getting the score so close, and he was playing his shots, but all of a sudden he got out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again he got out and misjudged the angle of the ball.
Yes. Yeah. That's a hard one to justify. Again, the Avengers, these are self-inflicted wounds essentially because they're missing things. We've got Smith here,
with us. Thanks for joining us,
the
Smith.
captain of the Div 2, the champion, the championship-winning captain of Div 2. Thanks for joining us, Smith. Few things about this game. What do you think's going on?
Oh, that's good, man. That's good. Both the competitive teams. I believe that both has the potential to win, but Avengers are great.
No, things are getting difficult for Avengers, to be honest.
Is it?
Yeah, because they lost 5 wickets or 4 wickets in like couple of overs. They were, they now
They were
required
58 for
50.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
Now they required 50 runs in 49 balls.
I mean, we have been seeing this in a long time. The games change anytime. It's a cricket and it's a 20-over game.
Yeah.
So it can turn. But they both has equal potential. The Avengers has a good batsman. They have the batsman until 10th batsman.
That's the end of the over. So 12 over gone, 67 for 5 Avengers, and ECC they need 5 wickets, and Vaibhav, what's his name? Vaibhav, yeah. His bowling so good. Vaibhav Pathak, he has 2 overs, 8 runs and 2 wickets. He got big fish. He got Aman Puar and he got Rohit, and that's how things turn into ECC way now.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, as I say, they have a good bowler. This is a game of slow bowling,
Exactly.
especially.
Yeah.
It was pretty wet during the day when I came here when they started the game, but it's getting dry now.
Yeah.
It was pretty high. It was high. I think. Yeah. It's a game of patience now.
Yeah, it's a game of patience.
They wanna run a ball, So
Yeah. They just know. They need to know the game. React to
that's
the
a
game
good
and-
shot. That's a good shot on long off, and it's a Ratul. Ratul throw it to the bowler. That's a single.
I never saw playing Surinder Man. How is he?
He's a good. He has a potential to hit. He can go for a big shot. That's a good between the wickets. That's a little hustle, and that's a second
That's
run.
a second run.
Good
That's
stuff.
two
Good
runs.
stuff. That's the second run. This is what happened, during the
Yeah,
pressure.
it
The
happened,
people get, they don't know. I mean, they miss the ball.
That's no ball.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think the umpires are
They're
discussing.
discussing it again, and I don't know.
Was a no ball for the action?
They have to discuss again.
I think it's
it happened thrice.
Is it due to the actions?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has some actionable action.
Yeah, there was a chuck. I don't know. If I'm surprised sometimes because if umpire made a call and they're changing it in thrice in
is
the
it?
last couple of overs, how? Because if one umpire made a decision before discussing that, it must be the final.
That's right.
I mean, umpire's decision must be the final.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yes, this is good.
That's
So
how
they
it
got a
is.
no
I
ball.
agree. He should
No ball and a free hit.
That's great.
Yeah,
He should
that
stand
is
for
good.
it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
ideal.
this is what cricket standards are. If you made a decision, that must be the last.
Yeah.
So you can't overturn that.
That's true,
You
that's
can
true.
discuss it before, but not after you made a decision.
That's true.
Because we don't have a review system.
No, I agree with you. But the good thing about this year in HCL is that we have a neutral umpire.
Yeah.
And the part is doing good. He's a neutral umpire. He's not playing in any of the team or club. It seems like Surinder is struggling right now.
Yeah,
with his
he's
bat.
struggling with the line and length.
What I
I mean,
have
he's not picking the baller's line and length.
I think that is not his way of playing. He usually hit on a legs, but I think he's trying to be different. That's his shot. That's his shot. He's
Fielder's
gonna.
underneath it.
Oh, that's a one
that's the
run.
same
That's a
one.
one run. That's the hustle.
That's
That's over
end of
and
the over after 13 over.
72 per 5.
It's 72 for 5. Now Avengers need 45 or 43. That's over, I guess. So it should be 43 and 42.
That's right. They still have a 4-5 batsmen. They have a good strength.
I love this kind of cricket. I love this kind of pressure, how the people reacting to this pressure. I love the nature of the cricket. I love the game. I mean, that's how the character builds. That's how you can react to the pressure.
Yeah, that's right.
This
And then,
game is going so good. This game is going so different.
it is different. Like I've been seeing it. Like
Now that's sorry, I beg my pardon. Now we have end of the 13th over. It is 72 for 5.
yeah, I was. I've
Avengers
seen
need
it.
45 or 42. They have 5 batsmen. They have Virat, Jagat, Ketan, Prateek, the captain, and Syed Zan.
Yeah,
After this pair,
they're a good lineup. Yeah, I've been seeing it. There's a lot of difference here, in the cricket in the last few years. Like we have a lot of good players recently, including you, Mr. Rajat. He's been a Division 2 MVP, and it's consistent. That's great.
but that's crucial. Pathak has 2 overs left.
Oh, is
That
it?
is that will be the crucial.
Oh, that's a miss by the
His
keeper.
2-hour deliveries will be so crucial. He's going so good, so that can make a difference.
No, it is definitely. Yeah.
That can make
As
a
I say, like it's a game of slow balling.
Yes.
If you ball slow, that the player doesn't have that. That Akshay is saying something. I think he need a bat. Or he's asking for a score. And that's a shot. And that's a drop.
that was
That's a
almost
good try.
caught.
That's
That was
almost
a nice try. That was almost caught.
I thought it. And he's a
That was
Modak.
a nice
isn't
try. That was a nice try.
he? He's a good fielder. Modak is a good
He
fielder.
is. He is.
It was almost there.
Again, white ball. Hey Mohit, how's going, man?
ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਿੰਦੀ 'ਚ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਸੌਰੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ 'ਚ ਕਰਨੀ
हिंदी जो
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ
पंजाबी
game with East Coast winning the Division 3 semifinals. The Avengers getting balled out for 100 runs. I mean, given the fact that they were ahead by a lot, you know, they were 58 for 2, 9-10 overs in, looking like it would be a walk in the park.
Yeah, amazing display of cricket. As I mentioned, it's all about mental pressure and how you're reacting to the pressure, what other team is putting on you. Yeah, that's the nature of cricket. One has to win, one has to take loss, that's fine. But the guys had an amazing season. They were so good throughout the tournament. They were outclassing a lot of teams in the past, and one has to win. I mean, but I would say ECC did a really good job. How they're reacting to the game, how they show their character. That's how you can win those games. These small totals are never easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed by the way they played it out because, again, we were talking about, they may need another fielder in there. Things were just looking like they were really not on the side of ECC, like everything was going wrong. But then, they just kept plugging away at it, did all the right things in the sense that, they had their fielders on the boundary, they did their job. And, again, the Avengers Cricket Club Division 3 just let that over time, just, losing wickets with no real pressure at that time, ended up losing that game, which I was really impressed by the catching from East Coast.
Yeah, that's what I want to mention. I'm really impressed with the fielding. I mean, they didn't drop any catches in the pressure time.
Yeah, I mean,
that was
they took
full
everything.
pressure. That was a big game semi-final, and you have to go to the final to take those catches, and they took all the catches. They didn't drop any. So that's how you can win the games. So there's a saying, catches win the matches. That's what happened.
Exactly. And again, to see that level of catching in Div 3, I mean, it's hard to, I can't recall a better catching display here at the Commons. I mean, almost every ball that went to the boundary, they were aggressive, they chased after those. They got to the ball, took those catches, and again, like you said, those catches won that match, really.
Exactly. That's how things turned down. Things turned totally different for Avengers, and it's all in the pockets of ECC.
Yeah,
That's a nice display. That's a nice display of cricket.
Yeah, it's a really hard loss to take for the Avengers, given where they were.
They were looking confident. Yeah, they were looking confident, and all of a sudden, there's some changes made by ECC in bowling lineup, and they didn't pick up the lines. That bowler Vaibhav Pathak, he bowled really good. I'd say Vaibhav Pathak changed the things, turned into ECC way. How he bowled with the angle, and Avengers batsman couldn't pick up his line and length, and they throw their wickets away. But it's all about learning things. This is the first time we're having Division 3.
Yeah, it's the first Division 3.
Yeah, they played a lot of good cricket, and how they can learn.
Yeah.
The learning, and I wish they will win the next season. They're strong. They're strong contenders. They're strong unit.
Yeah, they did look really solid. And again, at 58 for 2, it did not look like there was any chance that they would end up losing that game, or there's a very low probability that they'd end up losing that game the way they were going with Aman and Rohit. But again, it goes to show that you can't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Till the last ball is balled, and that's why the sport's so exciting.
That is exciting. I mean, you never know. You never know what happened. You have no idea. I mean, one can hit you on 6 on the last ball of 6 required.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, this is a funny game, man.
Yeah, and it was really, again, big credit, and you cannot underappreciate what the East Coast Cricket Club did. Again, they're going into the finals now as a result of that amazing bowling performance, restricting the Avengers to 100 runs and winning that game by 16. And they're going to be playing the Titans, I believe.
Yeah, so how about the next game? So we have our next game, the grand finale of Division 3, which is playing at 1:30 or 2, I guess.
Yeah, I believe it's 2 or 2:30. I'm not 100%, but it's coming up. They have a little bit of a break going into that game. But yeah, it was just, again, hats off to East Coast Cricket Club. Amazing performance from the Avengers through the season. They did an amazing job, but in the end, East Coast are going through today.
Yeah, they deserve all the appreciation, ECC. I think they're going strong. They will come stronger on the next match. That's the grand finale.
Yeah.
And they're facing Titans. They were already in the finals. And how about the next match? How are you seeing the next match? What will be happen?
I mean, as a neutral, I think I would like to see Titans win simply because of the fact that they, haven't won anything this year yet.
I saw the last game, last league game again between Titans and ECC, because Avengers were on the top of the table and they beat ECC by 100 margin, I guess.
Yeah.
They bowled out them in 58 or something, I guess, and they get top of the table and then on the finals.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like mentally, that's gotta play on you if you're East Coast, having lost that comprehensively. So I mean, it's going to be interesting as a neutral. It'd be nice to see the Titans win something this year. East Coast won the Dale Cup, so as a club, they do have something that they can fall back on. Obviously, the Avengers having won the 3 cups as well, and with the Avengers being out, my neutrality is pretty clear. I think both teams have a lot to offer. The Titans are quite a good team, and they tend to have a good showing in all divisions. I mean, other than the Avengers, they're the only team this year that made all the playoffs. They made the Div 1 playoffs, the Div 2 playoffs, and obviously they qualified top of the table for Div 3. I mean, it's not been a very productive season for the Titans till this point, so it would be great to see them have a good day. But again, I think East Coast coming into this game brings a lot, given the fact that they just won that game in the way they did. Again, shows a lot of character, and a lot of times in these finals it's all about experience, being ready for it, and being focused to do what needs to be done and win those games. So it's going to be interesting.
For the next game, I think Titans are looking favorites. They have potential. They are strong contenders, but as we mentioned, we never know who's gonna win. But seems like they have a really good unit. The Titans, they have good pair of bowlings, and they have good batsmen. They can hit the ball. They can hit the ball out of the ground. So,
Yeah.
Again, now the sunny day, the small, little bit windy, so things will be turning again and again. So I think, what do you think, AB? So in the next game, what will be the crucial part? I mean, as per bowling point of view, what do you think, the pace or spin?
I think spin made a big difference in the game for East Coast. I mean, that completely changed the game when they came in and they started turning the ball. Again, they do have some good spinners. They do have some good medium pacers as well. So Titans definitely has a solid unit. I mean, on the other side, a lot of these T20 games really are about being aggressive and getting big scores, and the skill set that's really rewarded with the ground the way it is, and the fact that we have such a heavy outfield, is guys that can clear the infield. I mean, that's really what T20 cricket's become all about. I recall in the early 2000s when, early in this decade and late in the last, when T20 cricket really started picking up. I remember a lot of my colleagues and friends that played professional cricket they completely transformed their technique. Like their training methods changed, everything completely changed. Their batting stances, the way they held their bats, like everything changed. And T20 cricket is as unique from Test cricket as the summer is from the winter. It's just completely different. So, given the situation, I think again a lot of it will go down to the batting and skilled bowling. Both of them have really good spin attacks. So, just from a bowling perspective, your spinners give you so much optionality. They need to, they're slow bowlers, so they need to restrict those runs. If your quickies are getting hit.
I saw they have one of wrist spinners. That would be so crucial. If you have this is a slow track, and if you have a wrist spinner left-handed, they can make a huge difference. I mean, see what Bev did.
Yeah.
He's a wrist spinner. He was a tall guy, bowling with the angle and left arm. That's made a huge difference. And Titans have one, I don't know his name, but he's a wrist spinner and his left-hander, and he can swing.
Jedi?
I think.
Yeah, he's pretty good, and it's interesting. Like I've been watching him for the last few years, and he's a young guy. Obviously had a lot of skill to begin with, and he keeps getting better this year. I'm surprised that he's playing Div 3 though, because I haven't seen him play too much high up the divs. But I think that's another potential player.
Another potential player who can play Division 2 in the coming season, and 1 for sure as well. And he's a really good fielder.
Yeah, absolutely. And another player that I think deserves a lot of credit, Akash has been just amazing this year. Again, to come from the Titans the way he did and becoming the Div 1 player of the finals. It's just, he deserves a lot of credit.
He showed his lot of class, all the finals, especially last 2 finals, how he reacted to the bowling. And he was super awesome. And especially the second final that we had yesterday.
Yeah.
He was super awesome.
Yeah, and I can't think of a better player to get that award than him, because again, his performances were absolutely amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to call it a break for the rest of the day, and we are most likely not going to be back for commentary for the next game, but enjoy the Division 3 finals. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.
Enjoy, guys. You have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks.
Happy Thanksgiving weekend, boys and girls.
Bye.
What's the bowler name?
I think I'm in that game. It says music on the background.
ठीक है दादा, it's live. इधर live button आ रहा है.
Can you please check Purush if it's live, please? कहाँ पे हो?
Bowler name.
हाँ. But why does it say Nova Scotia?